line here in just a second or two. And it is a Wednesday, peak of the week. Things are again decently quiet. We will continue to see some very warm days coming up. The good news at this time, I mean, we could be roasting. There's no question about that. That's not happening at this point. So some very good news in that we do not have any very hot days ahead. Some warm, very close to normal conditions out there, yes. But other than that, things are looking very nice for the time being. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onig. This is Weather Overtime for peak of the week, Wednesday, the 6th of August. We are live on Twitch and YouTube and bringing you more information about what's going on with the forecast. Coming to you live from Chattanooga, Tennessee, southeast corner of Tennessee, southeast corner of the United States, basically, Western Hemisphere, planet Earth, solar system, spiral arm of the Milky Way galaxy. That should cover it, I think, for tonight. Coming up, we'll take a look at the tropics, which again are very active in the Atlantic, and one more reason why you need to be weather aware. If you got questions, drop them into the chat function on YouTube and on the stream chat on Twitch. Love to know anything you're asking out there. If there's something we don't know the answer to, or if you're asking a question about weather in your part of the planet, wherever that may be, drop it into the comments section and we'll do our best to answer whatever question that you might have for tonight. It's very quiet around here. We do have, again, some spotty showers left over in portions of northern Georgia. This is the News 12 viewing area here. Southeast Tennessee for the most part. Western North Carolina, Cherokee County in western North Carolina, northwestern Georgia, Atlanta down toward the bottom of your screen, and then back into northeastern parts of Alabama. Scattered light showers taking place across portions of the area into and around just between the Tennessee line and the Atlanta metro area. There's not much going on. There has been the occasional lightning strike earlier on tonight up around Blue Ridge and Brown Mill, but beyond that, there's really, again, not much going on at just about 5 minutes before 10 o'clock on Wednesday evening. So far so good, and just not really seeing much of anything in the way of any precipitation. Some scattered light showers over the Appalachians into parts of western North Carolina, and some lightning back over north of Waynesville and west of Interstate 40, where Hurricane Helene went through more than a few weeks ago out there. We'll take a look at the current conditions out there coming up in just a little bit. If you're going to be heading off to the classroom, as my wife and our youngest son did earlier on today, it's going to be on the mild side, muggy into tomorrow morning, mainly just cloud cover. Through the afternoon, there could be some rumbles of thunder and maybe a scattered shower out there. So if you have any plans for either getting to school yourself or getting somebody else there, maybe some raindrops in the afternoon, but otherwise not looking at too much of anything in the way of serious conditions to worry about. A lot of people don't like the color gray. I love it because there's so many variations in there. Might be why I went all monochrome for tonight. Nice view with a little bit of a shelf/roll cloud off in the distance, getting torn up by the turbulence. Thank you very much, News 12 viewer Mary Glover from Athens, Tennessee, for a beautiful view of the storm clouds off in the distance. If you've got pictures for our Shackelford Towing weather window page, go ahead and give it to us. If you've got them, we'd love to see what you're looking at out there. All you have to do is, again, take a look at our page at wdef.com/photos. You can also, again, email them to us at pictures@wdef.com. You can also drop them to us on our social media pages in the comment section. Please give us a location and a description. You can be anonymous if you want to. And if you're watching this from some other state, some other country outside of the News 12 viewing area, we'd love to see your pictures. We'll take just about anything as long as it's weather related. So go ahead and send those in to us. Again, we'd love to see what you're seeing out there. And a great opportunity, again, to learn more about wherever you may happen to be. We didn't hit 90, but we were much higher on temperatures than what we were a couple of days ago. 70s and 80s for the last few days. That's nice. But temperatures, again, back into the high 80s. Normal for this time of the year, 91, so we were fairly close to that. We're good for the month. We're only down about 1/4 of an inch as opposed to the numerous inches that we had off on July 4 inches plus, thanks to that surplus that we got back in May. So we did manage to pick up with a decent amount of rainfall. The wettest May on record for Chattanooga. That's saying something. Highs tomorrow, again, pushing 90, a decent UV index out there, so that could be a problem, and isolated showers and thunderstorms. So any outdoor activities, you're going to have to make certain that you monitor all of that, and it is definitely time to be weather aware, to make certain that, again, you are paying attention to what's going on with the forecast out there. Again, it may not be much, but it doesn't take much to cause problems when we get into lightning and thunder. You want to make certain everybody is being protected out there. From downtown, beautiful night for baseball, but nobody at Lookouts AT&T Field for this evening. We've got, again, a good view back to the west where hopefully we had a good sunset. I was indoors for most of the evening. We'll take the camera and spin it around on the roof of the EPB fiber optics building and seeing, again, Old Glory coming into view here in just a second on the Bailey's Heating and Air camera. Beautiful conditions for right now. It's a very mild evening in downtown with no problems, again, being seen here. Let's take a trip out to 2475 South Central Chattanooga. The lights are back on. That, again, giving us some very bright lens flare here. Light traffic in all directions from 75 north to 24 west and 24 east to 75 north toward Knoxville on the 40-75 split. Traffic moving along pretty nicely for tonight, so not seeing that much of any concerns for now. See how the Chattanooga Theater Center camera looks like for now. Looking back toward the area of where sunset was, the footbridge closed down for repairs, and that again won't be open to the public until next December, so it's got a ways to go. Temperatures back in the mid to upper 70s. It's a little bit on the mild side right now, kind of warm, but it is again a beautiful evening across much of the region. So outdoors, no problem. A lot of folks out and about at Coolidge Park from earlier tonight, but otherwise, again, very nice night for getting out and about. Temperatures right before the top of the hour, we are back into about the 60s and 70s, although we've got 80 hanging on back down around the Langston area. So we do have, again, mild conditions and should be, again, close to 70 degrees for the low temperatures into later on tonight. Tennessee Aquarium from downtown at Aquarium Way. Beautiful conditions right now, a little bit of a spider web activity going on, and not too many folks out and about. Some big roll of hay going on through downtown. Don't see that too often. That from tnaqua.org if you'd like to see their website. Let's take a look and see what's going on with the Penguins at Penguin Rock. A few folks out and about moving on through. This right here, really cool. I found from Tom Benson a few months ago that the internal temperature of Penguin Rock is a constant 42 degrees. Now, while you can't get in the Penguin Rock exhibit with the penguins and cool off, the air conditioning at the Tennessee Aquarium is very good. So again, great opportunity to cool yourself off on these very warm and muggy days coming up. And again, if you'd like to see these cameras, all you have to do is go to tnaqua.org for the Tennessee Aquarium in downtown. Beautiful evening tonight. Not seeing much of any change taking place. The national maps, which you can see on the lower left-hand corner of your screen if you are watching again for tonight, taking a look at the futurecast and the current clouds and radar out there. Not much going on for tonight. Again, plenty of moisture just in the way of tropical moisture setting up. Some showers and thunderstorms here, as we showed you earlier on Titan radar. We've got a couple of storm systems back off to the north and west of us, but because high pressure is starting to reassert itself over the Gulf, pushing that warm, moist air on shore, you can track the wind arrows there. It's going to be pushing back against these storm systems and not giving us much of anything in the way of help where it comes to any change in the weather. Now, if these were to make their way on through, they might drag down some of that nice, dry, non-moisture-rich, non-tropical air over parts of the southeast U.S. Now, if those were to make their way through, it'd be warm, but not as humid as it has been, and we might get a better chance of widespread storms, but that's also not happening for the course of the next several days. So for right now, Little, if anything, really taking place in the way of precipitation coming our way of a widespread nature. The chance of severe weather is basically nil. The chance of anything involving flash flooding is also down, but according to the Climate Prediction Center from NOAA, showing an above normal precipitation possibility as we go through the midpoint of August. It's not much, but it is enough to increase the rainfall potential out there, and the chances of anything involving our very hot temperatures. While we're not going to be baking like New England or Florida or the American West around the Four Corners, we are going to see an uptick in temperatures. We'll be decently above normal chances for the possibility of again seeing more warm weather. But so far, again, nothing showing up again in the way of a lot of major problems out there. Now, here's the really good news for precipitation and temperatures over the next several days into the next month. It looks to be about normal in the midsection of the country and just above normal for much of the News 12 viewing area for the southeast United States. Not much, but again, August temperatures will be up there and just above normal for this time of the year. And precipitation also looks like it's going to be a little bit above normal out of August and into and around the area of early September. So we are seeing again a little bit of some changes taking place there. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast and again show you Island Cove Marina and Resort, and giving you again some very nice views out there. A few clouds off in the distance, but otherwise not seeing again a lot of major change for tonight, and decent visibility out that direction as well. So for tonight, again, not really much going on at this point for now. Chances of showers and thunderstorms every single day. Not much, but some. And again, that's where we see the potential problems for outdoor activities, to where, remember, when thunder roars, go indoors. So if you're paying attention to the Gulf forecast, stay out of the line of fire with lightning. If you see lightning or hear thunder, or it starts showing up on your weather app on your phone, definitely time to get back indoors again. Not at the end of the game. If you see lightning, hear thunder, or it's within about a 10 to 20 mile radius around you, you need to get indoors immediately. If you're on the golf course or otherwise, again, getting struck by lightning, the chances are low, but they're not zero. So again, something to think about for your own safety. Don't risk it. Just get back indoors once again. Temperatures remain pretty mild. Again, right about where we should be for this time of the year. High 80s into the lower 90s. So we do see excuse me, the potential of, again, some areas of thunderstorms, which may give us the possibility of some problems for outdoors. And again, that is going to be a problem for the next several days. It does not look to be changing anytime soon out there for now. So any problems out there with any moisture coming on through for giving us more potential of that, that'll be sticking around. Lows in the high 60s to low 70s. This is going to be roughly about as typical August as you can get. Not blazing hot, no cooler weather anytime soon, although that would be nice. Not going to be seeing much of anything in the way of really good potential of severe weather, and that's really good news too. So again, we don't have a decent amount of huge amounts of potential for anything involving precipitation at any point. Some, yes, just not really all that much, as you saw in the school day forecast just a little while ago. We'll continue again to see some very muggy conditions for Agent Orange Awareness Day on Sunday. Again, temperatures in the high 80s. And since my dad was affected by that stuff in Vietnam, I have no problem at all raising awareness about that. National Vinyl Record Day, next one of the better holidays coming up as we go toward next Tuesday. Great day to stay indoors and listen to all the music you possibly can, especially if it involves anything involving air conditioning. That would really help out on things like that. All right, let's take a look and see our roofquotes.com weather poll. Question of the day. A black blizzard is a nickname for a dust storm, a storm without any lightning, or a tornadic debris signature on the radar. The actual term is is basically a nickname for a dust storm. If you've ever seen a mud storm before, to where dirt gets sucked up into a storm or blown upwards into there, mixed in with the rainfall, and then the time after the storm, everything is just coated with a thick layer of mud. I've seen this before out in western Kansas when I was about 3 years old, many moons ago. So a good opportunity again to see some really heavy amounts of moisture mixed in with the mud. That is really cool to be able to see on things like that. So if you ever have a chance to see that, good opportunity. We'll have a new vote question coming up, and you can go again to our poll page. Numerous polls, sports, news, let's chat. It's all available there. So thanks to everybody for voting. 60% of you got the answer right, so congratulations on that. And thanks to roofquotes.com for being our question sponsor of the day. Really do appreciate that happening. This is new. I just caught this on Instagram earlier today. The National Severe Storms Laboratory, which hopefully will be in existence next year unless the government decides that severe storm research is too woke. This is something that, again, is a great place to learn more about severe weather safety and some of the most groundbreaking, amazing research going on into and around what we can do to learn more about our atmosphere. And again, this is something that anybody in the current administration or the so-called Department of Government Efficiency should be keeping their grimy mitts off of, because this is one good example of why science is cool and what it does to keep everybody safe. The more the National Weather Service and more NOAA is diminished by some very ugly, stupid ways of keeping what they call efficiency in government and keeping woke out of government, which is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard of in my entire life. The more NOAA is able to do to help us, the better, and all we can invest in to help out to keep us protected and learn more about what humans are doing to our atmosphere. This is, along with NOAA, a very important organization. Now, here's where you come in to this. You can help the researchers at the National Severe Storms Laboratory learn more about issuing severe weather warnings. It's called Tornado Tales. Real people sharing their experiences with severe storms, helping researchers learn about how people make decisions when severe weather threatens. You have a tornado watch that doesn't really affect your area. Do you pay attention to it? Have you ever been hit directly by a major hailstorm, a tornado, a severe thunderstorm, a derecho storm, things like that? As it says here, quote, your voice can help scientists, and science is cool, not woke, make weather warnings better and more effective. If you'd like to know more from NSSL, website is here. We'll be posting this to our website. Your opportunity to give a voice to part of our government that wants to help keep the citizenry safer by getting and gleaning more information and data. How science and that data can be considered woke is beyond me. People who work with a certain project trying to dismantle NOAA really need to take a long, hard look in the mirror and examine what they are doing and why, because that is one of the most treacherous, almost, I would say, treasonous ways of hurting the citizenry of the United States, is by taking away more of our knowledge on this. This is one of the most hurting NOAA and getting rid of the budget for NOAA, cutting out people in NOAA, cutting out people in NASA, but then bragging we're going to send a nuclear reactor to the moon. That's all very backwards attitudes, and it's very sickening and disgusting, and it is very tiring to speak out against all of this, but that just makes me want to say even more about this. So if you would like to help out, this is your opportunity again to learn more about this, and all you have to do is, again, go to their website for more, or just go to noaa.gov to find out more about what you can do to give your voice to, again, some great research going on when it comes to severe weather. It's a great opportunity for more like that. If you don't have a weather radio, please get one. If you do have one, and haven't programmed it yet, we can help you do that. And if you would like to know more, head to our website, wdef.com/weather, and we would love to know more about if you found this useful, let us know. But again, these are not just radios anymore. They're computers with a radio attached. If you want to program in which counties you want to be alerted for and which warnings those counties fall under when those warnings are issued, you can program that in, and it's very easy. It's a great way to stay safe or safer. If you don't have one of these, please get one very soon, and then go to our website so we can help you program in more information about that. So please consider what that is all about right there. All right, one more check of the forecast. For our school day forecast, we don't have a sponsor yet, so if there is a business out there that would like to advertise with News 12, please go to our website, wdef.com/advertise, and you can speak to our crack advertising sales staff about putting your logo on our forecast. We would love to have you, but we can't advertise you if you don't say anything to us or send anything in, so please do so. Very warm, maybe some thunderstorms in the afternoon, but really not looking at a lot of activity going on for right now. Not much going on in the way of astronomical activity for the next day or two. We should be again looking at some very mild conditions out there for now, hopefully cleared into the weekend, because there will be a star party from Barnard Astronomical Society coming up here relatively soon. We'll talk more about that coming up in our next segment, coming up on Thursday evening, if all the equipment is working. Here's hoping. All right, that should do it for tonight. We've been on for just about 20 minutes. We don't want to bore everybody with a lot of useless chit-chat, so we're going to close things down for now. If you have questions, email address again in the bottom section on the blue bar down there at aonic@wdef.com. You can go to our website, wdef.com/weather for our weather forecast personally, but you can also again find out more a little bit about what we do here and how you can participate. If you have story ideas, we can't do this without you. So again, please give us an idea as to what's going on with you. If you have a story idea, give us as much time in advance as you possibly can. We can't cover things with only a few minutes notice. People get assigned to stuff all the time, so again, please use caution for more information about that. Welcoming our unofficial sponsor. If you see the left-hand side of the screen, my former producer, Chloe Sexton, back in Germantown, Tennessee, started her own business during the pandemic, and after she and I worked at our former station. She got treated incredibly horribly there, so this is a great opportunity to see a businesswoman who has done a great job in organizing this with her husband Tyler, her kids, her sister, everybody helping on this. And these are some of the best cookies you have ever had, about the size of a compact disc and about as thick as your wrist almost. These are very good cookies. Just featuring this on here. We'll have more unofficial sponsors over the next several weeks. Again, if you'd like to sponsor Weather Overtime, let our sales staff know. We'd love to have your logo sitting right here, but we can't do it without you, so please reach out to us and let us know exactly if you would like to sponsor Weather Overtime or any of our other pages out there that we have available. That should do it for tonight. Chip Chapman should have more coming up on the morning show, so stay tuned for that. Bright and early Thursday morning, 5 o'clock Eastern. You can watch our news at WDEF.com if you'd like to tune in that way. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onick. Peak of the Week Wednesday. This has been Weather Overtime. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for more with News 12 tonight at 11 and again at WDEF.com/weather. And we'll talk to you again on Thursday. Thanks for joining us.